KB6RQU, KB6RQU, Lake Isabella. I wonder if you're around this evening yet. Rick, KB6RQU, K6MYC, calling and listening. Aaron, are you copying me? Hello. George said, anybody copy? K6MYC.
Well, good evening, Mike. K6BBG971.
Okay, hi, Dave. I was wondering, can you listen for me when I switched to the other antenna? I wasn't getting any response from anybody, and I have high VSWR again. I'm going to have to walk out to the tower and see what's going on. Frank fixed the cable. He found the water in the cable and fixed it. It fixed the problem. Now I got it back again, so I don't know what's going on.
Hi, Roger. I'm here.
What's that?
I said, Roger, I'm here.
I'm going to switch to the other antenna. I want you to tell me and come back to me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Dave, I don't have an antenna. I don't have an antenna. So let me go out and see if the winds knock the cable loose or something. I'll be back in a couple of minutes in case you hear anybody else here. Over.
Roger, Roger. I say you've done better with a wet noodle.
Mighty strong in Visalia with no antenna, AA6S.
Well, I'm on an antenna, Bill, but the other antenna, the normal one, doesn't work at all. It just trips the amplifier immediately.
Oh, okay, well, you're super strong.
It's what?
You are very strong in Visalia.
I'm on a different antenna.
Well, it's about 20 over 9 for no antenna.
Well, I know, but it's pointed at you.
Oh, okay.
Well, there we are. Anyway, let me go out and I'll be back in a minute. You guys chat and take some calls, and I'll be back in a minute. I got to go find out what's going on there.
Okie doke, Mikey. Got the amp on now. AA6S.
AA6S, KC5DTU.
Hey, how you doing? KC5DTU. AA6S. Sounds good.
Oh, doing well, Bill. How are you guys doing down there?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Still breathing. That's the main thing there. KC5DTU. AA6S. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, that's the good thing. Whenever anybody asks me how are you, I say I'm on the right side of the petunia, so that's a good start.
Yeah, Dad used to say on this side of the dirt.
I guess it works out to be the same. But anything new going on down your way?
Yeah, not really. Not really. Went up and saw Mike yesterday there and Jerry. That's about it. Brought Mike up some spaghetti and had to pick up my safety belt from Jerry. That's about it. Not much. I've been working on my projects here, and I don't know if I'm making any progress or not. KC5DTU, AA6S.
AA6S, KC5DTU. Roger. You should have hollered if you were up this way, Mike. He was awful silent about it, and we could have probably got to see you or something.
Yeah, well, I didn't know how it was going to work out. I took my radio cabinet up to the guy that does the cabinets, and I didn't know how long I'd be there or anything, so it was kind of hit and miss. But anyway, it didn't take too long at his place, and I didn't know if he's going to be there because I called him, and he said he would, but he didn't answer the phone. When I got there, he was there because they were working on his house or something, painting it. So anyway, I definitely want to go up there where we can have Mike, I, and you, and whoever else can have lunch together there. Kerry, go ahead.
Roger. Okay, well, we'll hold you to it, and looking forward to it. And it's about time for the fearless leader to come in here, so I'll back out and listen. AA6S, KC5DTU.
Roger. KC5DTU, AA6S.
VON 1040.
K6USY 1079.
That actually bumped off frequency a little bit. Pretty quiet out here. Pretty dead, AA6S. I thought I was late.
K6USY.
And I don't hear Mikey yet. Yeah, hello, whoever said hello, Bill. You're loud.
Yeah, it's Aaron up in Fresno.
Yeah, Roger. There's about 2 or 3 people talking. I was looking at this book and on this 9700 to see if there's a way to adjust the oscillator.
I'm back, but I've got to replace a cable. It'll be another 5 minutes, and then I'll be ready to go here. K6MYC.
Roger, Roger. AA6S. You ever adjust the oscillator on one of these things, Aaron?
On the 9700?
Yeah, Roger.
I just have the Leo Bodner board in mind, so I don't worry about it.
Okay, because it's a little bit off, and I wanted to crank it on.
Yeah, and you got to be careful adjusting it. You kind of want to hone it in on 1.2 gig because it will affect the other bands. But for like $200, you can GPS lock this thing and then never have to worry about it.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it's progressively off as it goes up. So I mean, I'm off about 600 cycles here, or 700 actually. And it's up. It's not exactly 700 either. Anyway, when it's tripled up, it's about 2 kc off up at 1296, and progressively, on 2 meters, it's just a little off. So it'd be pretty easy. I could set it with my signal generator easy enough.
Yeah, mine was, it was drifting a little bit on 1.2, and I like seeing all the zeros at the end, and I was like, oh, well, this is relatively simple to install. There's a little bit of configuration necessary with the GPS unit, but the rest of it's just popping off the bottom cover of the radio and doing the install. So if you want to GPS lock your rig, just let us know. There's a couple of us that know how to install them. We'll help you do it.
Yeah, it can't be too hard, but somebody else has already done it. It'd make it a lot easier. Yeah, anyway, it's not off enough. What bugs me, I've got a Yaesu FT991A, and it is exactly dead zero at 432.00000. I don't know why they can do it and ICOM couldn't.
Yeah, well, it was, the number one complaint about the 9700 when it came out, because guys wanted to use this rig for, moon bounce on 1.2 gig, and they're like, oh, man, this thing drifts like crazy on 1.2, so, people came up with a solution.
Yeah, Roger. I don't know. I don't get on enough to worry about it. Actually, I've been getting on a little bit of AM on 40 meters, what I've been doing, Aaron.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I don't dabble in AM that much. So, and of course, all the off-the-shelf rigs, you put them into AM mode, and you lose a quarter. You're down to a quarter of your power.
Yeah, well, I'm losing more than that. I got a 4.5 dB pad or 5 dB pad, whatever it is, between my exciter and the amplifier. It runs about 300 T down and about close to 700 peak.
Well, Roger. Hey, Rob, KM6SR, are you on frequency?
Yes, I just got here. K6USY and AA6S, KM6SR here.
Oh, very good, Rob. Yeah, Mike's out fixing a bad coax on his antenna. I just wanted to relay to you that Adam, KE6VON, was here for a second, but he had to leave, so he wanted to check in. So if you could add him to the list.
Roger, I got him down here. I think he's number 1040, over.
Yep, that sounds right. All righty, back down to you, Bill. K6USY.
Yeah, Roger. Good evening there, Rob. KM6SRR, AA6S. Sounding good down here. Over.
Thank you. I'm actually pointed up to Nevada, so I guess it's coming off the back there. Over.
Yeah, your altitude don't make much difference.
K6USY, KM6SR. Anybody else been on the net here? Over.
KM6SR, KC5, DTU. Hello, Rob.
Well, hello, Kerry. Let's see, 712, we got you down, KC5, DTU. And how you doing there? Over.
Doing well. Still trying to put a cold cool pad on my head from all of that information.
Oh, roger there. Anyway, did you deliver your load of, well, let's see, I can't call it what I think I really want to call it, but of course, it's not manure, I guess, is it? It's compost. Over.
Roger. I'm going to try and do it tomorrow if everything goes okay. Today I had a bunch of commitments, so I haven't had a chance to get to it. But maybe tomorrow. Go ahead.
Okay, roger. Do you guys need any help? Another arm for shoveling? Over.
Nah, it's not that much. It's more than what I needed, so Mikey is the lucky recipient. So it's just a little bit, but always welcome for conversation.
Okay, roger. I'll see what's going on tomorrow there. Good to hear you there, Kerry. KC5DTU, KM6SRR.
KC5 DTU.
W6BBS72.
Well, good evening, Frank. How you doing? W6BBS, KM6SRR.
I'm tired and my brain hurts, but other than that, I'm okay.
Well, you've been using it. That's a good thing. So there's a reason for that hurting. Okay, good. Are you open for a little extra hurting there?
Go ahead.
Hey, Miss Leader. I just wanted to ask you real quick, Frank. Do I need to put a fuse right off close to the battery that I got? I just came in today, my 100 amp hour 12 volt battery. Over.
Well, now, a fuse between what and what? What fuse are we talking about?
Right on the battery leads before it goes anywhere. Over.
Well, that does not really do you much good. Well, yeah, it does. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was thinking backwards. Like I said, I'm tired. Yeah, it would not hurt you to have a fuse or a breaker or something in there just to protect, so if you short circuit a wire or something like that. Although I don't know about that particular batteries. Most of these batteries, if you short circuit them, they're not going to last long before they shut themselves off.
Okay, this has a battery management system, it says, but it looks just like a standard battery. There's nothing like the bigger ones, where you got other things in there. Over.
Yeah, well, I would definitely have one in there, and what I actually prefer is putting a breaker in, the appropriate size breaker, and that way you can turn it off and it disconnects your DC power going out to everything, so you can make adjustments and blah, 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 or whatever you want. But, yeah, you need to have something in there to protect things, because just to give you an example, one of my Owl 170 amp hour 12 volt batteries will deliver 300 amps. And my wife came in one day and knocked a wrench off against my bus bars and shorted them directly, and the whole shed floor vibrated. That battery just like for a couple of seconds, and then it tripped and shut itself down. But it completely drained in that amount of time, and it gave a full 300 amps and burned a ratchet handle almost in half. So yeah, get some protection in there, because they're going to deliver it all if there's a short. Over.
Okay, that's what I was figuring. Thank you. I'll let net continue on. Go ahead, Mike. KM6SR, standing by.
Roger. Okay. Pointed south. That was probably too late for KB6RQU, but we're going to call him anyway. Anybody here KB6RQU or call toward his direction tonight yet? Okay, I guess not. I guess I'll go over toward Santa Cruz then, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, KM6SR here. I just got in, so I haven't had a chance to call down to Rick. KB6RQU. Rick, you on tonight for the 432 net? KM6SR, standing by. Nothing heard, Mike. We'll go over to, I guess, the Santa Cruz. Over.
Yeah, just a minute. I can't. My rotor's frozen here for some reason.
Rob, put a fuse or a breaker on every one of your batteries. I have a fuse on every one of my batteries.
Yeah, Roger, Bill, AA6S. Yeah, I've got both negative and positive on the batteries I've got here. I didn't know about the lithium because the battery management system, how that would work with it. Over.
Yeah, I should use a breaker on the positive one or a fuse. I've got about 80 amp fuses on each one of the batteries, and thank goodness I've never lost a fuse, but with that many batteries in parallel, I have about I don't know, I'll think about how much current would go across 1,200 amp hours. It'd do some freaking, I got 3-aught cable, so things that pull some current. Anyway, back to net, AA6S.
Yeah, well, we must have some more wind damage. Frank, for your information, the rope that held the two big cables coming down the tower, the rope let go and it yanked the cables out, so both of them were pulled out of the jumpers going to the box. So we got those fixed. Now I'm talking on that, but now I can't rotate. So we didn't have any junction box that was out in the wind, did we, for rotors?
You're in the barn, right?
No, I'm in the house. I'm on the antenna that you fixed the other day that had water in the cable.
Yeah, no, never messed with the rotor. And in fact, I was turning that rotor that day, Mike, because remember, I was comparing the horizontal and vertical as I rotated back and forth on the beacon, so it was working that day.
Well, I know, it was working for me earlier. But now it doesn't want to go.
When I get back.
It's just frozen.
Hey, Mike, it might have been before you got up, but this morning we had some nasty wind. It felt like you're sticking your head out your window driving down the freeway. It took a 4x8 sheet of plywood, blew it over my wife's car, and blew it in front of my truck, KM6SR.
That's a lot of sheet there.
Yeah, and it must have had about 24 springs attached to it, so it was a bit heavy also, but it took it up just like a sail. Over.
Well, the problem is I don't know where I'm pointed.
Well, you're pretty much, Mike, pointed in my direction when I was, because I was just happened to notice today, if you have not moved that array, the 432 array is pointed kind of in my direction. So you're let's see, well, wait a minute. No, you're not either. Let me correct that. You're kind of between the Bay Area and maybe Sacramento, somewhere in that vicinity, I believe.
Well, I moved it. When I first came in the shack, I rotated it. I thought I rotated it, but maybe I didn't. That's what I can't be sure of. I just used the programmed setting, and I went to 150, and I didn't look at it to see if it was moving. But it's stuck due north. It says it's reading due north.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I got no suggestions at this point, Kemosabe. If everybody on the net wants to stand by, I could drive to Mike's and fix the rotor.
Oh, what I asked you before and you didn't answer. I said, you answered by saying, no, you didn't mess with the rotor cable. What I said was there a termination that's outside the control box or the relay box that has anything to do with the rotor cable? Because it seems like the rotor cable's just been yanked loose.
Yes, there is a box laying at the bottom of the tower. One of your boxes is right there. And as I recall, we had some extra rotor cable. We hadn't decided exactly how we were going to finish up, so we had some extra coiled up there, run into that box, and then that goes up the tower. Over.
Okay, well, that's probably what's broken. Both Matt and I were standing in that area to fix this cable, and either I kicked it or he kicked it, or it was already broken. I don't know which. Okay, I'm going to go on to the small array, but I may need some help. I'm on the the 4 Yankees on the little mast.
Okay, well, I only have my little bitty one, so I don't hear most of what you hear anyway, so I won't be any help there, nor do I have rotation yet. So I wish I could do you more, Mike.
That's okay. We'll get by with it. Let's see who's hearing me now. KW6S. Do you have any copy on me, Tom?
WB6JNP.
I got you, Dane. WB6JNP. And Rob, would you tell me who all's in here?
Yes, Mike. We've got Aaron, K6USY. We've got Adam came and went, number 1040, KU6VON. Bill's in here, AA6S. And Kerry, KC5DTU. Over.
Okay. I got everybody listed. Good evening to you, Kerry. Didn't get a chance to hear you yet.
Roger. K6MYC, KC5DTU. We were just talking about a delivery of some unmentionable, but we're going to try and do it tomorrow if you're available.
Yes, I am. It'd be a perfect day.
Roger. And Rob might come along for the conversation. And K6MYC, KC5DTU.
Oh, he's going to help us shovel some shit, is he?
I didn't say that.
I did.
You did.
Yeah, okay, I did. Okay, I'm switching now. I'm switched over to the Bay Area. So let's see, Ed, if you're on frequency, Ed, I'm having problems because of the wind here. So I should be beaming in your direction, Ed, but you would be more likely to hear me than anybody right now. WA6AXX, K6MYC.
KD6S okay.
KD6S okay. I hear you, Fred, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, you're pretty strong. Yeah, you're really solid in here. You're pinning my meter, so no problem.
AXX here also.
And W6PQ. And K6KO1.
Well, I'm writing madly. I've got everybody now. A lot of check-ins there. You're hearing them on streaming, so you know what's happening here. That's why I was just writing and writing. All right, I hear KD6SOK, W6PQL, K6KLY, WB6JNP, and I think I had one other. Maybe not. Okay, anyway, good to hear you, Fred. I'm on a backup antenna. This is the 4 original EME12s that I have up on the mast next to the house here. And they do work, and they're still working. I don't have a preamp on this system, so I may not hear it quite as well, but it's got a very short feed line, so it hears pretty good. Anyway, good to hear you, but I came in and I didn't have any antennas at all. The feed lines have been ripped apart by the high winds. We had high winds here really high overnight, and then pretty nasty through the day, but not bad. It was funny because we had just cleaned the pool the day before, and it came back worse than when we'd cleaned it. Leaves everywhere. So just a mess here in the yard with the stuff coming and blowing all over the place. I blew off my chimney thing that has a spark arrestor on top of the chimney, so that takes some pretty serious wind here to get that off. It's come off a couple of times before. So we finally got the wind that everybody else was having. Anyway, Fred, back to you, and then we'll pass it around the Bay Area there. And I haven't heard yet from Tom, but Tom probably can hear me. So, Tom, anytime you're in there, just check in, please.
All right, Mike, yeah, it was really windy this afternoon. It was amazing. It was blowing pretty hard. I'm surprised. Well, to blow out the spark arrestor on your chimney, that's severe wind. Anyway, good to hear that you're doing okay on your backup antennas. You're sounding just fine over here. Signal strength is not as strong as the other set of antennas, but, you're down a tiny bit, but not bad at all. All right, Mike, I'll let you go. 73KD6, that's okay.
Yeah, well, the big array is working now. Both feed lines were ripped loose for 220 and 432. They were ripped loose at the base of the tower because the two big heavy cables that come down the tower got loose from the tower and were waving in the wind, and they ripped themselves loose from the jumper cables. But then I got that fixed, and now I can't rotate it, so something else has gone bad. So we got our work cut out for us, but luckily I don't need anything for a couple of days. But this one does function, so I can get on, and I can work 222 from the barn as well. So if I had to get on 222 Monday and it isn't fixed, I can do it from the barn. All right, good to hear you, Fred. Nice, strong, steady signal. That's probably as good as I've heard you on 222, even with the bigger antenna. So maybe there's another problem in the system that we didn't catch. Let's see, W6PQL, and we have WA6AXX. That was the other one that I didn't list there. We have you at good signal. Over to you, Jim, W6 Papa Queen London, K6MYC.
Okay, well, you're up and down the course as you always are. All these fans are not as solid as I would like them to be, but that's where I live, really. And, well, let's see, today I got this, about 6 inches long. Good for 250,000 feet. I've got a couple of them, so at least 23 will do it. We really have a nice product here. Well, the will be in the testing workshop, which will happen pretty soon. So you go ahead and start to put together that system now. That's what I'm up to lately. K6NYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, boy, I didn't get much of that. You're really down. I don't have a preamp on this system, so it was Q4. But I guess nothing important, terribly important that you passed on there. So let me move on, and I'll shoot it over to you at WA6AXX in the group K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you're doing fine here. No problem receiving, certainly. So back to you. Nothing else going on. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay. Let's see if Tom is in here. Tom, do you copy me on the small antenna? KW6S, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I figured I'd let you clear out the long list there before I checked in.
We didn't talk long enough. I need a little more chatter, more chatter, more chatter.
Well, okay. Beautiful day here today, and got a little bit of working outside done, and otherwise just a really, really good day. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, very good. I got you now. Not real strong, but decent. This antenna is the poorest because I looked through my neighbor's house toward you. It's below ground level here. for this antenna. That's why I like the other one better, but I can't rotate it, so I'm stuck. Anyway, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in here. It was a beautiful day here, too, except a little windy. I worked out, and it was beautiful, bright sun. We had clear skies, no misty, hazy skies today. Clear skies, and Frank was out here he's finally got all the 6 batteries hooked up, I think, and reading properly and talking to each other and so on. So I think we're coming down the home stretch on the battery part of it anyway. But the wind didn't do me any good. It ripped both feed lines loose from the 220 and the 432 antenna down at the base of the tower, because the big hard line coming down the tower broke loose from its ties. It was tied back to the tower, but for some reason they were ripped loose. And I don't know whether when Frank was over the other day, if you untied them and forgot to retie them, or whether they just untied themselves. But I had them tied to the tower with Dacron rope, so maybe the knots came undone or something. Anyway, that's what ripped the cables apart, the jumper cables that go from the ends of the hard line into the relay box. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, Tom. 7-3, and have a good weekend. We'll see you Sunday night. KW6S, K6MYC.
Very good, Mike. I'll be back on Sunday night on 2 meters, and should be good all next week for checking in. I don't seem to have anything that interferes too much. K6MYC, KW6S. Good night.
Okay, good night, Tom. 7-3, and I'll swing up a little bit further north for. This should be pretty close to WB6JNN and anybody else in the center part of the Santa Clara Valley there. QRZ Bozo Net 432. QRZ 432 Bozo Net K6MYC. Anybody? Jesus, even on 432, I'm hearing my neighbor with the inverter. Okay, boy, 3 people in the Bay Area tonight. That's pretty sad. Oh, let me get it up to you, Russ. I'm sorry. K6KLY. You were the other one that I forgot. I'm sorry. Take it away, Russ. K6 Kilo Lima Yankee, K6MYC.
Yeah, all right, K6MYC, K6KLY, good evening, checking in. There are a couple other guys up in here trying to make it into you. Things are going crazy up here with the medical stuff. I gotta go in for a bunch more tests before they decide what they're gonna do with me. But anyway, there's a couple more guys here in the Bay Area, including JNN, over.
Okay, well, I can't hear him, so would you turn it over to JNN right now, and I'll see if I can find him. Over.
Go ahead, JNN.
I hear him, but he's about Q3. I can hear him a little bit, but not very readable. I got a little bit, and then he faded out of me. I could tell he's in there, but I can't read him. But it's my fault on this end. Over.
Okay, Roger. Let me see who else is up here and wants to check in. K6KLY. I got Bravo Alpha. Do you hear Bravo Alpha there, Mike?
No, I do not hear Bravo Alpha. Is he in there?
Yeah, KB6 Bravo Alpha, he's in there, but weak, over. Okay,
I've got him checked in. Tell him thank you for checking in, and it's I'm on the little antenna system here. The big antenna I can't rotate, so that I've tried to listen on it, but I hear nothing either on that one. So it's I'm looking right at him, but I don't hear him as well as I heard JNN even over.
Roger, roger. Let me see if there's any more. Anybody else here in the video you want to check in, K6KLY?
K6ERF, I hear you, Russ.
Yeah, I'm still good, Mark. I mean, not pointing exactly at me. But, yeah, my house is a little bit distorted all the way in. So we're still having a good time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I missed that. My noise is bursting on and off. Say it again. Let me see if I can get to turn the blank around here. Hang on a second.
That wasn't too important.
Try it again.
Okay. I was just saying the house is being looked like a storage bin with all the moving in here and all the activity. So we're still busy and it's going to be going on for another couple of weeks at least.
Yeah, okay. Well, I know you're sorting through it there, but making the best of it. And I'm glad that you can check in here, Russ. Won't keep you. We'll let you go. Thank you. You might take and say, I don't think we'll hear Gary either because he doesn't have his 432 system up and running yet. Over.
Yeah, Roger. I'm hearing everybody else on the streaming channel, so that's working out pretty good. 73's Mike, and anyone else that can hear me, K6ERF Martinez.
Yeah, 7-3, and your good copy is weak, but fluttery, but still perfect copy now. Thank you, Russ. K6ERF 199, K6MYC. Well, I'm waiting for N6RO or KWS or W6SSW. Either one of you guys in there?
Yeah, W6SSW, Bozo 793.
Okay, we've got you. Go ahead, Steve. Trying to get the antenna back a little bit. I overshot you a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to do some maintenance on the roof and the roof tower. I'll be pulling it down for a while. So just to let you know what's going on over here.
Well, does that mean you'll be off the air, or you'll be just working with it down?
No, I'll be off the air while it's down.
Okay, what's the ETA?
I won't know till I see what needs to be repaired and maintained and such.
Okay, so it's mainly a routine maintenance pull down?
Yeah, Roger that.
Okay. We'll miss you, but hopefully it'll go smoothly and you won't have to do too much updating and maintenance on it there. Good luck. Thank you. Let's take a listen for N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Are you there tonight, Ken? Oh, he's been intermittent. Don't know if he did make it in last night. WB6ISO. Let me come up towards Sacramento. For you, Dennis. And this should be closer, WB6ISO, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Bozo 86,
Well, I heard Bozo 86, and I couldn't get any more readability than that. You're pretty weak, and your audio is very soft. Over.
Well, try one more time.
Yeah. Do you have any check-ins, Dennis?
No check-ins. Just an update. I'm trying to get some antenna work done here. Problem is, I got everything ready to go. New collectors, power dividers, and everything, but the weather will not cooperate. Every time we try to think about climbing the tower, we got winds going at 40, 50 miles an hour. Over.
know about the wind. We had finally had the wind here. We haven't had any wind except last night. Overnight we had pretty severe wind, and then a little bit today. It wasn't terrible today, but it was blustery. But it's quite warm. It's warmed up, so it's a warmer wind than it was. Warmer temperatures tonight when I was outside trying to fix the broken rotor cable than it was yesterday outside. So all of a sudden the wind is bringing in some warm weather. Anyway, fine on I think you're still working on your cables. I didn't get all of it, but I know you're still fussing with the cables. Are you waiting for parts, or you have everything? You just haven't got all of the phasing lines built yet. Is that it?
No, I got the power to backlighting. The 600 is all done, completely all connected. We got everything we need. We just need the weather to operate, and that's how we get out to the grid. Every time we get out there to get caught up work on it, the wind's going to blow 35 and 40 miles an hour. I don't want that pretty busy trying to climb a tower over.
Yeah, okay, so it's just the wind and the weather that's keeping you from getting everything repaired there and finished up. Okay. Well, good luck with that. Maybe it'll calm down over the weekend and you'll get a chance to do it. Looks like it's going to be decent weather, no rain in the forecast, at least down here. And hopefully the wind will die down for you. Good luck, Dennis, and thanks for checking in here. WB6ISO 86, K6MYC, standing by for KJ6KFB, KO6KD, KR6MR.
KR6MR, Bozo 759.
Okay, I have you stand by a second. Larry's in there in Nevada. Roger, Larry, we hear you fine. We got your 759 and we're coming your way. We'll be up your way in about less than 5 minutes. We'll be up your way in less than 5 minutes, Larry. We're in Sacramento. We're in Sacramento now, Larry. Over. I don't know if he heard that or not. His CW is perfect copy here. Oh, he got it. Roger. Okay. Okay, good copy from you. Even though I'm not in very good condition, I'm on the backup antenna. I'm on the backup antenna here in the house, but I've got the 432 EME 12 antennas up at 50, 60 feet, but no preamp. So I'm struggling a little bit with the receive side, but you're doing well. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. I'm getting in there, but that initial phase pause is making it very, very difficult to copy you over.
Well, I tried to move the antenna, but you didn't hold it long enough for me to get it, so I missed the last sentence. What was it? Yeah, I can't copy now. You've gone into a fade. Let's see if I can get KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta, KO6KD or KJ6KFB. Are you guys there tonight? K6MYC. Okay, I heard your check-in, and then you faded down. I didn't hear what you said about anything else. KO6KD 776. K6MYC, go ahead. I didn't get it again. Give me a repeat one more time, Bill. Is anybody else there? Is KJ6KFB on frequency? Over.
I have not heard from Darren, but John is here. John is here. Over.
Well, I checked John in. I just finished with John, so apparently you're not hearing me very well.
Yeah, I'll hear you fine now. I'm just trying to get the antenna on you. Yeah, but it's just, I'm not doing any good with it. But just not good conditions tonight for me. Over.
Well, I'm on the backup antenna system here because the big antenna rotor has disconnected itself. I can't rotate it, and both feed lines were torn loose. We fixed the feed lines just at dusk here, just as the net was starting. We fixed the feed lines, put new jumpers on, ripped loose the jumpers, but now it doesn't want to rotate. Something else has been damaged in the wind. We had high winds here today. Okay, let's take standby. KJ6KFB, how about it? Darren, are you here? K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard from Darren. Anybody else in the Sacramento area? KW6T, are you here, Russ? Nothing from Russ. Anybody else? K6MYC before I go to Nevada. Okay, nothing heard going toward Nevada. Here we go. Thank you, Bill, and we'll see you in the morning. We'll see you in the morning, Bill. And we missed you this morning. Well, I was late, too. I didn't get in until 9 o'clock. I got here at 9 o'clock. So everybody will be more ready to go tomorrow morning, I think. Everybody will be on time, and Bob will be back tomorrow. Okay, up to Nevada. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC. Yeah, we got you, Larry. Go ahead. Good copy. I'm on the backup antenna system, the 4 EME12s at 50 feet, so I'm not going to be as strong as normal. Over. N7WT, K6MYC. How about you, Daniel? KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Hey, Mike, you doubled with Larry. He was in there. Over.
I didn't hear him at all. He just faded out completely.
I heard him. He said something about somebody else being in there. If you're hearing me, Larry, can you repeat that? KM6SR.
KD6BQ. I hear your CW, Richard. I got your CW, Richard. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Roger, Roger, Richard. We have you.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ.
I got you, Richard. Very good. Amazing, because I've got really poor receive conditions, but you're doing well. You were Q5 on that sideband transmission. Thank you, Richard. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Over.
About 5 watts.
Yeah, massive 5 watts. Well, I'm running about 800 here, so you should be hearing me okay. Yeah, I haven't heard Daniel. Can you confirm Daniel? Is Daniel on frequency? Over.
272.
Oh, there you are. Okay, now I have Daniel, KE7UQL 272. Take one, Daniel. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Your signal just came way up. Your 800 watts is good on this end.
Yeah, amazing fading. You said my 800 watts is doing well, and I came way up, and when you said that, you went right out.
Oh, well, that's the way the ball bounces over.
Yeah, it came back up again. Maybe it was just when you signed it. Let's see if Rob's copying you. Rob, you got Daniel okay?
Yeah, that last one, he came in really loud. How you doing, Daniel? KE7UQL, Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, over.
Roger, Roger, KM6SRR, KE7UQL, we've got you, Rob, over.
Yeah, you're really loud and clear. Good to hear you there. Okay, Mike.
Okay. Well, this antenna works. It just doesn't work good when I've got obstructions. That's why the other one works better when it's up at 100 or near 100 feet. This is the little 4 EME12s, and they seem to be catching you guys about the same as normal. If I hear Richard in his 5 watts, they got to be working pretty well. But Larry's down at the moment. Let's see if it's come back up for you, Larry. I copied your CW earlier, so I did have you checked in. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, over. Boy, he's just gone. Call him, Rob, in case he's hearing you, and tell him 73s, and we'll see him all on Sunday.
Okay, Mike. Larry, N7WT. Mike's not hearing you. I barely heard you that time. Heard you better the first time, but Mike says 73, and thanks for being in there. KM6SRR. I'm not hearing anything, Mike. Maybe Daniel could pass it on there. Over.
I don't hear anybody. Right? The whole thing just went out for me, Richard. When Mike turned it over, I think the Rob was going to there's no more come out of anybody.
You're back in, Larry. You're back in here again. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. You're back, but it is massive fading tonight.
Roger, you were back to 5 and 9 also, and now it's starting to fall. N7WT.
Okay, we'll let you go. Hopefully it'll be better on Sunday. We'll see you guys Sunday. 73's Daniel, 73's Larry, 73's Richard. K6MYC with KM6SRR. 73, guys.
87 UQL, 73.
73 Daniel, 73 Richard. I heard you're 73. Pretty amazing for 5 watts.
Yeah, he's doing really good for 5.
What's that?
KM6SR.
Okay. Yeah, you were hearing Richard's 5 watts too, huh?
Yeah, Richard a little bit. I hear Daniel pretty loud. Over.
I think he ought to lower the antenna. It's only on the fence at 6 feet. I think he ought to put it at 3 feet. I think it'll work even better.
Yeah, KM6SR.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yep. Well, they say whatever it takes to make the contact. Over.
He's still talking. Okay. I heard the over, but I didn't hear much else on that one, Rob was doubling with you just a little bit. Anyway, it's amazing. It's working. 73, Richard. We'll talk more about it on Sunday night there. It's just doing well. And I'm not on the big system here either, as you heard me say. I'm on the small 4 EME12s at 55 feet. So not the big system here. And I don't have my preamp in the system either. 73's guys, K6MYC. I don't know where we should go, Rob. We can go back to the Bay Area. We were a little light in the Bay Area, but I guess I got everybody but KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie.
Yeah, we're kind of light in Sacramento. Maybe there's some more guys up there.
KJ6 KFB. We can stop at Sacramento, but Bill didn't say anything about him. Okay, I'm going there now. KJ6 KFB, KJ6KFB West Sacramento, K6MYC and the Bozo Net. Are you there tonight, Darren? Over. I'm not hearing Darren. Okay. Well, let's go into the Bay Area and see if I can see anybody else. Otherwise, we'll call it.
Roger, roger.
Okay, here we are back in the Bay Area. Late checks are missed. Bay Area, KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie, or W6PQL for anybody. Did you work, Steve, tonight? Or can you hear KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie? W6 Papa Queen London, KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie, or anybody else in the Bay Area, K6MYC. Late checks are missed. Over.
You're about S9, Mike, with, a lot of flutter and stuff like that, but you're good copy over here. And KB6WFC, are you on frequency? Go ahead, W6PQL. No, he's not here, Mike. I haven't heard him yet tonight.
Okay, I guess he isn't here. Maybe he got some wind and maybe he got some damage there. Okay, I don't think there's anybody else in the Bay Area that we're going to get here. But thanks very much for putting up with my putrid signal here this evening. And we'll see you on Sunday night. Everything should be back to normal. Hi. KB, well, let me do it this way. W6PQL, you did not have any contact with Steve. You don't work, Steve, on 432, do you?
No, just 222 and 1296. We don't bother with the other bands. I copy you fine. I'm just using a single EME12 here. It's not very high. It's only at about 27 feet or so. So you're doing all the work.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's 4 of them here, but they start to look into dirt in your direction. I don't have a clear shot. But there isn't any foliage on the trees for the most part, except for the redwoods that are in the way. Otherwise, the other trees are all barren at this point. 7-3, we'll see you Sunday night, Tim. Thank you. W6PQL, K6MYC, 7-3. Okay, I think that's it. We did get Tom also. I got 19, I think, or 20.
Yeah, I think I showed 22.
22. Who am I missing? Maybe I wrote over the top of other people on the same line.
I wasn't here at the very beginning, but Aaron helped me out with who was in here, so I think we got everybody. Over.
You want to just run down the list, and if I hear a call I didn't work tonight, or I didn't hear, or I forgot, I'll make a note. Over.
Okay. You want numbers or call signs?
No, calls are fine.
Okay. We had Adam KE6VON, Aaron K6USY, Bill AA6S.
Got it.
KC5DTU, W6BBS, WB6JNP.
Yep, got it.
KD6SOK, W6PQL, K6KLY.
Right.
KW6S, WA6AXX, WB6JNN.
Roger.
K6ERF, W6SSW, WB6ISO.
Yep.
Then there's this guy SRR. We heard Larry N7WT and KR6MR.
And KO6KD was in.
Yep, that's the next one here. KO6KD, KD6BQ, and KE7UQL.
There you are. You got it.
Okay, that's it. Tonight I'll make sure that I put my name as signator. I put and copied the one from Tuesday for last night, and I had put Aaron down because I missed the Tuesday one. So anyway, I'm going to make sure this one's correct. Over.
Well, Aaron was in, and you checked in, and we got 2 late checks, I think. Aaron told me about 2 late checks. You were one of them and somebody else.
Yeah, I think it was John, K6MI, and I included him on the list for last night, too. Over.
Oh, I don't think I got John last night.
Yeah, he checked in late, I think, after everything was closed down. Over.
You mean 1296?
No, last night would be the 2-meter one. Let me look on the 1296 one here. I don't see him on the 1296.
I don't think he was in there. I might have got him last night. I wonder if Bill worked down south. AA6S, are you still on frequency? And where's WA6AJ? I wonder if Bill forgot to tell me that he worked Ralph.
Yeah, I forgot to ask him too. And I was wondering where Mike was. Over.
I'm going to point south for a second. Maybe I can get Bill back in here. And we didn't look for W6QUI. He's not normally in there on Thursdays, but that would be one that either he or Ralph would be the ones that Bill might have gotten.
Roger.
AA6 Sugar or WA6AAJ, N6BYH, or anybody else that hasn't checked in yet, K6MYC Bozo Net looking south. Sometimes Bill forgets. He works them and then he doesn't tell me. Okay, I guess that's it. I'm going to go have some dinner.
Sounds good. I'm going to go get some dinner too. Okay, Mike, K6MYC, KM6SR73. And if Aaron's still there, K6USY, KM6SR73.
Yep, I'm here. I've just been running around the house working on another project.
K73, thanks for the help, Aaron. K6MYC.
Yep, no worries. K6USY, good night to all the people on YouTube, DMO6.
Did you turn my blanker on?
No.
Okay, because I thought it was turned on for a little bit. One of the guys was coming in distorted. Could you copy anything from Dennis, WB6ISO?
I think he was checking in when I was in here. I don't know. I've been in and out of the room. I'm replacing my wireless right now, but yeah, he was pretty hard copy.
Yeah, his audio is just awful when it gets close to the noise. He doesn't accentuate either, and I don't know what it is, but he's loud enough. He just doesn't have any readability.
Well, we'll go up there, break into his shack, and EQ his microphone.
He claims he's done all that.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe he needs to get a different microphone.
Yeah.
He does have a low voice. It doesn't project very good.
Well, you can compensate for that a bit if you EQ it properly. I can, let's see here. Let me bring into my settings. So right now, this is what I have my mic set to. And if I go back to, this is what the mic sounds like unequalized. And it's very bassy.
Now take the pillow off your face.
Yeah, that's what Dennis sounds like.
So,
Rob said that's what Dennis sounds like.
Yep. So put it back to where I've been keeping it, and it works a lot better.
Yep. All righty. Well, I guess that's it. So that we don't know about the other two. I'll leave this sheet open, but maybe Sunday night Bill will comment. He doesn't check in on Sunday night, but maybe we can find out from Mike whether he worked anybody here on 432. 7-3 all, K6MYC, off to get some dinner.
All righty, good night, Mike. Good night, Rob. K6USY, DMO6.
7-3.
Good night, Mike, and I'm sure there's a chocolate chip cookie in there, too. Aaron, do I sound like, do I need EQ on my mic here? Over.
Didn't we already, we might have already adjusted yours, I can't remember.
Okay, well, if it sounds okay, then I'll leave it that way.
I would be more concerned with your FM rig, because, man, when you check into the nets, you just come blowing in.
Well, that reminds me of how Larry sounds. When he checks in, it just booms on the net. They're over.
Yeah, and I've had you turn your mic gain down a couple times, and I still can't figure it out. I don't know. I think you need to just back off the microphone by like a foot.
Yeah, I do talk pretty loud, but I'm close to this mic, and it seems to be okay. Over.
Well, there's a difference between FM and sideband, and you're also on a different radio for FM, and it probably has a completely different mic element in it.
Yep, it's a Yaesu. This is an ICOM.
Yeah, we need to go over to like FM Simplex sometime and just tweak that other radio.
Did anybody hear Frank check out? Or Frank, are you still here?
I'm sitting here nodding in my chair, boss.
Okay, I can't find the flashlight you've been using. Where did you put the flashlight you were using today for the batteries?
Ooh, I thought I put it back on the computer right there by your radio where it was, but I might have forgotten to. So if it's not there, it should be on one of the two workbenches.
Okay, yeah, well, I think that one was there, but I'm missing, I have two identical ones, but I can't find the other one. And maybe Matt used it somewhere, so I'll find it. It's just I went to grab the second one tonight when we went out to the tower. I couldn't find it. No worries. Talk to you tomorrow, perhaps on 40. If not, well, we'll see you Saturday. KW6BBS. Let's see. Right, Aaron hasn't put my screen back up, so I don't know what I have for batteries. I started at 80. Oh, there it is. Speak of the devil. Now I'm down to 77, so we only used a little bit of power here on 432.
You doubled with Frank, Mike, KM6SR.
Okay, what I said was the batteries went from 80-something, 83 or 82, down to 77 for the whole net. Not bad.
Yeah, you doubled before that, over.
Well, he hasn't come back yet.
I did come back to you, and when I got off the key from talking to you, you were talking away, so I figured, okay.
I wasn't done talking. I asked Aaron to put my screen back up, and I looked up, and there it was, and I said, oh, there it is. I never even unkeyed.
No, the last time you asked me a question, I was talking, and when I finished talking, you were talking away, and then you went on to these other things. So good night, all W6BBS.
Yeah, Mike, you were talking about the flashlight when you were doubling with Frank, over.
Well, I told him that well, I just mentioned where the flashlight was. I found one of them, the one that he'd put back by the computer, but I've got two of them, so I don't know where the other one is. Anyway, 7-3 all. We'll get unkeyed here, and you can talk all you want. K6MYC.
Good night, Mike. Good night, Aaron. Good night, Frank. W6BBS, K6USY, K6MYC, 7-3.